r/pro revenge. So you have a girlfriend? Been on Reddit for a while, but I kid you not, I just discovered this amazing subreddit yesterday. Have I been living under a rock? Anyway, this is a pretty old story, but it still makes me laugh when I think about it. A few years ago, I was dating some guy for a few months. Let's refer to him as D-Bag. D-Bag had a quiet demeanor, but enjoyed making me laugh and spending time with me. There was something sweet about him. However, there were times when I felt like Sweet D from It's Always Sunny when she was dating Lil Kevin and couldn't quite figure out if he had mental handicap. D-Bag wasn't the brightest. He once texted me that he has a lot of patience for me. I asked if he was a doctor. He said, "No, I have so much patience for you, that I will wait for you." Sigh. Not to mention D-Bag also had a slight stutter and some serious shifty eyes. Now D-Bag was sweet, but at the same time there was something sketch about him. There were a few times when one of us would spend the night. He'd creep into the bathroom sometime in the wee hours of the morning to make a hush phone call to somebody. Now I am not an insecure little bitch who will quickly start throwing accusations. I need concrete proof first, so these weren't exactly red flags for me. But there was this one instance I heard him yelling over the phone at somebody from my bathroom. The yelling was a little muffled, but it sounded like he was trying to reassure someone that he wasn't doing anything bad, or so that's what the premise of the conversation seemed to be. I let that instance go and forgot about it a few days later. Fast forward to a few days before D-Bag's birthday, I am out with one of my BFFs for her birthday. We go to a local bar with a few friends and happen to see all of D-Bag's friends there, but no D-Bag in sight. I'm a little distracted while out at the bar wondering why D-Bag's friends are all there, but no D-Bag. I obviously drink these feelings away and get super pissed drunk that I randomly end up making friends with one of my BFF's friends. Let's refer to this friend as Accomplice. Accomplice and I drunkenly hit it off. It also happens that Accomplice lived close by to me at the time, so my BFF suggests Accomplice hitches a ride with us back. During the car ride, Accomplice and I are both spewing a bunch of sorrowful drunken statements on why is it that all the friends of the guy we were seeing was at the bar, but the actual guy was not there? As we both come to the realization that the guy we are seeing could potentially be the same guy, we discover this is not the case. Saved. Although the air is clear of potentially dating the same guy, Accomplice asks which friend is it I'm dating. I drunkenly yell D-Bag. D-Bag. It's D-Bag repeatedly, followed by "Is that bad?" She seems shocked by this, but is reluctant to say what she knows about him. I end up dropping her home without finding any information regarding D-Bag. However, Accomplice and me exchange numbers. The next day, I have plans to take D-Bag for an early birthday celebration. Sometime in the afternoon I receive a text from Accomplice asking if I have time to talk over the phone because she has something important to discuss. I'm not busy, so she quickly phones in. The conversation goes a little something like this. "Hey, so, remember last night how you said you were seeing D-Bag?" Me, "Yeah." "How long have you guys been seeing each other?" Me, "A little over 3 months or so." "Oh. Me, is that bad?" "Well, okay. I'm just going to come out and say this up front, but D-Bag has a girlfriend. They've been together for over a year." Me, "Son of a b-." Turns out Accomplice's BFF is D-Bag's girlfriend. This son of a bitch had me as the other woman. Being someone's option has never been my style, so I am quite furious. Accomplice and I devise a grandmaster scheme to expose D-Bag's cheating ways to his girlfriend that very night during the birthday celebration dinner I planned out. I make the arrangements that I will drive D-Bag and meet at dinner, so in the end of the grandmaster scheme, he will be stranded. But the grandmaster scheme itself? Accomplice and I plan for D-Bag's GF to show up at the end of dinner. At 7:30 I pick up D-Bag from his house. My insides are crying with delight at the very thought of exposing this motherfucker, but I must remain cool, calm, and collected while being in his presence. We get to the restaurant and have a great time. I am being extra nice and sweet to him, asking him what does he want for his birthday, and promising to take him out to a fancier restaurant on his actual birthday. Then we go on to talking about other things and we make this silly bet on how he's never going to kiss me ever again, and I say let's bet on it because I know I'm never going to kiss him again. He's so clueless and is laughing about it, like why wouldn't I ever kiss him, and that he bets I will by the end of the night. I let out a laugh and say to him after dinner, "I have a surprise for you and it's the reason why I can kiss you." We go on conversing about punishment and karma. He talks about how he believes he'll get punished for bad things he's done and will get his karma eventually. So I say, "You believe in karma?" Do you think you'll get karma for cheating on your previous girlfriend? Because he once told me he made the mistake long time ago of cheating on one. But he wasn't referring to current GF, and he says yeah with no sadness to his face, all innocence as if he's been a real good guy since then. So I laugh. And laugh. And laugh some more. We get the bill, and since I told him I'll take him out on his actual birthday, he covers our dinner. I text accomplice and let her know dinner is over. As a matter of fact, I've been texting accomplice throughout the entire night telling her my status and the silly things D-Bag has been saying to me. At one point D-Bag steps out for a phone call, and when he gets back he tells me his sister called because she wanted to know where her MacBook charger is. Accomplice texts me back saying he just called his GF to tell her that he's out with his cousin buying shoes. Sneaky, right? Or better yet, ultimate douchebag liar, right? So after he pays the bill, I text accomplice, saying be outside now. As we step outside, I stop D-Bag for a second and say, remember how I said I have a surprise for you after dinner? He says yes. And as we hit the corner, boom, his girlfriend is there cursing the shit out of him on what a sneaky cheating bastard he is. Accomplice and I sit down and watch the entire fight while D-Bag has no way of denying me since I'm there in the flesh. And as the fight comes to an end, accomplice and GF go their separate way, I go my separate way, and sad little D-Bag is left at the restaurant with no ride home. Mind you, this is way before Uber/Lyft days. And sure, D-Bag could have easily taken public transportation or called one of his boys to pick him up, but D-Bag is a prideful person who wouldn't want to be seen taking the bus, and with the Grandmaster scheme, we also planned it on a day that all his boys went out to a city that was an hour away to hit up some club. Story 2, my STBXW filed for a divorce 8 months ago. We have been separated for 8 months and moved in with her affair partner. Divorced is to be finalized next month. Now she's begging not to go through with it and begging me to try reconciliation. TLDR, my wife had an affair with a mutual friend, moved in with him, family and friends disowned her. Their relationship didn't last long due to the stress of the divorce and everyone berating them. She moved out and got an apartment, and now she wants me to take her back. My wife, 38 female, and I, 37 male, met back in college. We dated for 5 years before getting married. Our marriage has been good with a little ups and downs. We have 2 girls, 13 and 15. January last year, I noticed my wife spending more time in phone more than normal. She basically did what every typical cheater does. Lied, blame shifted and gaslighted me when I tried to express my concerns. I know I was not perfect and I did some things that I regret very much, but she treated me like a piece of shit all this time during her affair. I tried to improve all the aspects of our relationship that she felt like they were not good. When D-Day came in the beginning of June, she confessed to having an EA and sleeping with him only twice. Then she blamed me for her affair. She said that she wanted to reconcile, and we tried reconciliation, but she was just not into it. She still contacted him and they were still talking. When I told her how uncomfortable it made me, she said they were just friends and kept deleting texts even when I told her not to. When I threatened divorce, she would cry, apologize and beg me not to. When I tried to bring up the affair, she would get mad and somehow I was the one who ended up apologizing. Then after 2 or 3 months she started disappearing again, saying that she was visiting family because they needed her at the time. I knew she was going to see AP, and when I brought it up she was very convincing. One weekend she disappeared and didn't pick up my calls or answer my text, and when she came back, she told me that her cousin had gotten sick and they had to rush her to the hospital and forgot her phone at her sister's place. And all this time I was trying to make it work for us. She saw the efforts I made but just didn't give a fuck. Then by mid-December she told me that she was moving out, that she had been unhappy in our relationship, and while she still cared for me she was in love with AP. That she had finally found her soulmate. I remember crying for hours trying to beg her, but her mind was made up. We had to tell the kids. She said that I could have the kids for the weekdays and she could come visit them on weekends since her AP's apartment was small. She filed for divorce a week after. This was the worst moment of my life. I grieved for weeks. When I tried to talk to her to see if there was any chance, but all she said that she was sorry for everything she put me through, but her mind is made up. No one other than us knew. Both her and my parents knew that we were only separated but never knew the reason. By the end of January, when her mom called me and insisted I tell the truth, I invited her over together with her dad. I told them everything and like literally I broke into tears and cried on my mother-in-law's shoulder. They comforted me and apologized for their daughter's behavior. I later told my parents and then some few close friends. Soon enough everyone knew about us and I started receiving comforting messages, others talking ill of my ex. Soon afterwards, my wife called me crying saying that I turned everyone against her and that she hates me. She said that people were threatening her and AP and her dad hates they had a close relationship, her and sisters don't want to speak to her. And no one will speak with her without insulting her. This was mid-April. By the beginning of June, her relationship with AP had fizzled out due to stress. I remember she came to see the kids and told me that her AP kicked her out cause he couldn't handle the stress of their relationship. She was living in a hotel room. She didn't look good at all, like someone who was depressed. She asked if she could move back in and I said no. She said that she understood but asked to spend more time with the kids. She said that she wanted to make up for the lost time with the kids and wanted to come in the afternoon and cook for them and spend time with them. I agreed. By this time she would come cook my favorite meal, clean the house, write a small note saying I love you together with flowers. When I came back home from work she would always try to spend some more time with me. I have to admit I did enjoy spending time with her. Then she started talking about how much she misses me, and asked divorce is what I really wanted. I always avoided this conversations. Last week now she told me that she had been going to IC and was wondering whether we should try MC. She has started dressing the way like, wearing makeup. She has tried to initiate sex but I have turned her down. She has bought me more goods and more than countless times she has brought up MC. On weekend, she cried, begging me to not to go through with the divorce, that she has already put up with a lot and all she wants me and her family back, and she will to do whatever I want. I know it's like the roles are reversed. All this time I have been numb, although a part of me feels happy now that she has gotten a taste of her own medicine. I still love her but I don't really know if I should give our relationship another chance. Comments: she's back because you're her only hope right now. How much disrespect is too much? She had an ongoing affair. Immediately moved in with him. Only after the relationship failed did she realize she has no one else. Mind you, she has openly told you the relationship ended with AP due to stress, not due to her realizing she made a monumental mistake. Have some respect for yourself and just say no. You deserve better. You can be good co-parents and not be together. But if you get back together you'll always be looking over your shoulder, because you know she can't be trusted. There's just no way that leads to a healthy relationship. The relationship ended with AP due to stress, not due to her realizing she made a monumental mistake. Sheesh. This gave me chills. So let me get this straight. 1. She started to gaslight you when you were concerned about her behavior. 2. She blamed you for the affair she chose to have. 3. Begs you to not divorce while she goes off with AP and then files for divorce, leaving your life in shambles. 4. Blames you for ruining her life when you told everyone the truth. 5. And then begs you not to divorce? I say hell no, OP. You've suffered enough. She made her bed, now she must lie in it. The problem is, OP is making it too easy for her by having her in his home so much. Having her around means it's easy for her to manipulate him because he is vulnerable and hasn't had the space to heal from her. OP, you need to tell her that this arrangement is not working for you. Hotel room or not, she needs to pick up the kids on the weekend and leave. Let her figure it out. Stop being her soft place to fall. Some space will help you process your feelings on her betrayal and subsequent ploy to get you back to make her life easier. Adding to the chorus of voices telling you to not take her back. She met a new guy, cheated on you with him and then left you for him. At every step of the way, she made it abundantly clear, you weren't who she wanted, her AP was. It was only when things went south with the AP that she came crawling back. She's not back because she loves you. She's back because she blew her life up to pursue a fantasy with another man. She's back because right now she's facing some really hard realities, that she is now alone, that she has to be truly independent for the first time in a long time, if ever. She's realizing how many of the things she took for granted in life only came to her out of the generosity of others, how little she was truly able to do and get for herself. And now she remembers you, how unlike her AP you were constant and faithful and gave her a life that was so comfortable that her biggest issue was boredom, a problem she'd love to have again. Once again. She's not back because she loves you. She's back for purely mercenary reasons, to live a lifestyle that is far more comfortable than what she currently has. She'll cry her crocodile tears, beg you to take her back, tug on every single one of your heartstrings. And then, if she succeeds and you take her back, she will be good. She'll dress the way you like, cook the meals you'll like, tell you she loves you, act understanding about the hell she put you through for her own selfish desires. For a few months if you're lucky. But often this period only lasts weeks, or even only a few days. Then she'll grow frustrated at how long it's taking you to forgive her. How you should have moved on already. She'll grow cold, she'll blame you for the stress her cheating brought on. And her eye will wander once more to another man who seems fun. exciting, less stressful. And she'll do it all again. I say this because I've seen it. With people like her, men and women alike, they're not remorseful. They don't truly regret their actions, they're too selfish and self-absorbed for regret, to the point that it borders narcissism, or outright crosses into it. Taking them back is always a mistake, because to them, you are merely a tool to provide them what they want, not a person to love. By all means, be civil. But she absolutely does not deserve a second chance, and you would be a fool to give her one. Why would you let her back into your life and your kids' lives when you know she'll just do it again? Every time she gets an alert on her phone you'll worry. Every time she leaves the house you'll wonder who she's meeting. When she goes to work you'll think she's screwing a coworker in his car at lunch. You're so close to really moving on with your life that letting her back in now will just lead to years of torture. All the pain you and your kids have had in the last year? You'll go through it all again later. Best to only do that to yourself and them once. So I'd recommend you tell her she had her fun and found her soulmate, and now you have to move on and find somebody who you can trust and is worthy of your time and love. She can rebuild however she sees fit. Edit. Just a reminder that she didn't just abandon you, she left her children. She moved out and left her kids to go fool around with some guy who didn't even care enough about her to stick with her more than a few months. If you guys like these stories, hit that like and sub button and I'll see you in the next one.